Add this to your coffee, and your partner will notice the difference in just 72 hours. Men over 60 are reporting erections they haven't had in a decade, savage energy with no 3 p.m. crash, and something happening in the morning that leaves them staring at the mirror in shock. I'm Dr. Natália Castro, and I'm going to explain this clearly. But first, I have to show you the mistake that's killing your testosterone every single morning without you realizing it. Because adding the right ingredient won't help if you keep destroying your hormones from the very first sip of the day. 3 things that millions of Brazilians put in their coffee are murdering male testosterone: white sugar, regular milk, and artificial sweeteners. They seem harmless, everyone uses them, they're socially accepted. But social acceptance doesn't mean hormonal safety, especially after 50 when natural production is already dropping. When you add sugar to coffee, glucose explodes violently into the bloodstream. In seconds, the pancreas detects the invasion and floods the system with insulin to contain the damage. And here lies the invisible danger. High insulin is a silent testosterone assassin. The more insulin circulating, the more testosterone disappears from your blood. This isn't opinion, it's biochemistry confirmed by decades of rigorous research. Studies show frequent insulin spikes can reduce testosterone by up to 25%. A quarter of your male vitality evaporating just from your sweetened morning coffee. The damage multiplies fast. Sugar triggers chronic inflammation, feeds belly fat that converts remaining testosterone into estrogen, and creates a vicious cycle of addiction. 30 minutes later, the sugar crashes. You collapse energetically, get irritable, and desperately crave carbs again. It's metabolic prison disguised as a morning habit. Regular milk brings another hidden problem. It contains bovine hormones, including estrogen, that compete directly with your testosterone. It also triggers inflammatory responses in many men without them noticing, damaging the hormone-producing cells in the testicles. Artificial sweeteners, sold as the healthy alternative, completely fool your brain. The body detects sweetness, prepares for sugar, but receives nothing. This disrupts metabolic signaling, confuses hormone production, and some studies suggest direct interference with testosterone. Every time you sweeten your coffee thinking you're being safe, you sabotage hormone production for hours, program fatigue for the whole day, and accumulate visceral estrogen. Now that you know what to avoid religiously, I'll show you what to take instead. Pure, high-quality coffee has been misunderstood. It's not the cardiovascular villain they made it out to be. It's an extraordinary ally for male health when prepared intelligently. It contains unique bioactive compounds no other food provides. Caffeine stimulates the central nervous system and alertness. But it also does something deeper. Studies show it can acutely raise testosterone during exercise and significantly improve physical performance. Coffee is packed with polyphenol antioxidants that protect testosterone-producing cells from daily oxidative damage. Your testicles are hormone factories running 24/7. After 50, they suffer constant bombardment from free radicals and cellular inflammation. Coffee's antioxidants act as a protective shield, keeping the factory running optimally for many more years. Coffee also improves insulin sensitivity when consumed without sugar, the exact opposite of sweetened coffee. Better insulin sensitivity, less circulating insulin, more room for testosterone to thrive. But coffee alone doesn't complete the hormonal puzzle. When you combine it with the right specific ingredient, something extraordinary happens. The hormonal power multiplies exponentially. That ingredient is ghee, butter, or virgin coconut oil. Not just any fat, it has to be high-quality saturated fat, pure, unprocessed. Ghee is clarified butter with casein and lactose removed, the parts that cause inflammation. All that remains is concentrated, pure fat. Coconut oil contains medium-chain triglycerides, MCTs, a special type of fat the body metabolizes differently. These saturated fats were unfairly demonized for decades, but they are absolutely essential for male hormone production. Testosterone is made from cholesterol. Your body needs quality saturated fats to produce good cholesterol, which is then converted into testosterone, DHEA, and other male hormones. Without adequate fats, hormone production simply stops. It's like trying to build a house without bricks, physically impossible. Studies show men who eat diets rich in healthy fats, including quality saturated fats, maintain significantly higher testosterone levels than men who avoid fats out of outdated fear. MCTs in coconut oil provide immediate energy without spiking insulin, keeping the hormonal environment stable and favorable. When you combine pure coffee with ghee or coconut oil, you create perfect metabolic synergy. Coffee, stimulation, antioxidants, improved insulin sensitivity. Fat, building blocks for testosterone. Plus signal of resource abundance, sa more body feels safe to produce hormones in abundance. Together, they create a state of mild ketosis where the body efficiently burns fat for fuel, preserves muscle mass, and optimizes hormone production at the same time. It's like giving a high-performance engine the best fuel and the best protection. Naturally, the body raises and maintains healthy testosterone levels. No drugs, no injections, no expensive supplements with fake promises. You work with ancestral physiology, not against it, giving the body exactly what it's been begging for. What worries you the most right now? Write the number. 1. Constant fatigue killing your productivity. 2. Loss of firmness in erections that embarrasses you. 3. Sexual desire that has completely disappeared. Your answer helps me create even more useful content for our growing community. Now let me show you exactly how to prepare it for maximum hormonal impact. It's not just about drinking coffee, it's about preparing it correctly. Exact amounts, perfect timing, maximum testosterone benefit. Simple protocol you can start tomorrow. No expensive equipment, no professional barista. Every morning prepare 240-300 ml of fresh, high-quality coffee. Quality is crucial. Old, oxidized, cheap coffee won't work. Buy fresh beans from a trusted source and grind them right before brewing if possible. While the coffee is still hot, add 1 generous tablespoon of ghee or 1 tablespoon of virgin coconut oil. Choose one, not both. Here's the critical part most people get completely wrong. You can't just stir it with a spoon and expect it to mix. Fat and water don't mix naturally. You'll get an oily layer floating on top. Disgusting. You must emulsify properly. Pour the hot coffee plus fat into a blender or use an immersion blender. Blend on high speed for 20-30 seconds until it forms a creamy golden foam. The emulsification breaks the fat into tiny droplets evenly distributed throughout the liquid. The result looks like a luxurious cappuccino with rich foam on top. The texture becomes velvety, satisfying, and filling, like you're drinking something substantial. This creamy texture also improves fat absorption in the digestive system, maximizing the hormonal benefit. Drink this preparation as the very first thing in the morning on an empty stomach before any solid food. This is absolutely crucial for maximum results. It's not just about what you drink, it's about when you drink it, in sync with your natural biological rhythm. The body does not produce testosterone evenly over 24 hours. There's a precise circadian rhythm regulating hormone production. Most testosterone is synthesized during deep restorative sleep. Production peaks naturally between 6 to 8 a.m. when you wake up. That's the golden window when levels are highest all day. From that morning peak, testosterone gradually declines, reaching its lowest point at night before the cycle restarts. When you drink fat-loaded coffee between 6 and 9 a.m., you deliver exactly the resources the body needs: cholesterol, fats, bioactive compounds, precisely when it's most receptive and ready to use them for ongoing hormone synthesis. It's like watering a plant when it needs water most, or adding wood to the fire when it needs fuel most. Timing is literally everything in hormone optimization. Studies in chronobiology show men who consume healthy fats early in the morning maintain higher testosterone throughout the day compared to those who eat late, eat refined carbs, or skip breakfast. If you skip breakfast or drink this after 10 a.m., you interrupt the delicate rhythm. The body produced testosterone overnight, hit the morning peak, and is now desperately waiting for resources to maintain that level. If you don't provide the right fats, the body breaks down the testosterone it just made because it has no raw material to replace it. Drink this as your first meal, ideally within the first hour after waking and definitely before 9 a.m. You'll be working with your ancestral biology, not against it, riding the natural peak your body already creates and supplying exactly what it needs to keep levels elevated much longer. Comment your city or state below so I can greet you personally. This channel grows only thanks to men like you all over Brazil who want real, reliable medical information about male health. Your participation means everything to me. Some of you are thinking, but doctor, isn't saturated fat dangerous for the heart? I've heard my whole life that butter and coconut oil cause high cholesterol and heart attacks. Let me destroy this devastating myth that ruined the health of millions of men over the past 5 decades. This is probably the biggest nutritional lie ever told. The idea that eating saturated fat clogs arteries and kills you with heart disease has been conclusively debunked. Multiple rigorous studies published in the world's most prestigious medical journals have shown that quality saturated fat does not cause heart disease. Systematic reviews of hundreds of thousands of participants found zero significant association between saturated fat intake and cardiovascular risk. Your body is extraordinarily intelligent at managing cholesterol. The liver produces most of it naturally. When you eat saturated fat, the liver simply reduces its own production. A sophisticated self-regulating system evolved over millions of years. In fact, many modern doctors now openly admit that quality saturated fats can improve your lipid profile and raise HDL, good cholesterol. And here's the crucial point rarely mentioned. Low testosterone is a far greater cardiovascular risk factor than ever eating ghee or coconut oil could be. Studies are crystal clear. Men with chronically low testosterone have dramatically higher rates of heart attacks, strokes, heart failure, and overall cardiovascular death than men who maintain healthy testosterone naturally. Testosterone protects the heart in multiple synergistic ways, keeps blood vessels flexible, reduces real arterial inflammation, improves full lipid profile, controls body weight and dangerous visceral fat, dramatically improves insulin sensitivity. When testosterone stays low for years, you lose all those natural cardiovascular protections at the same time. Your heart becomes vulnerable and exposed. So by supporting testosterone with properly prepared coffee, you are actively protecting your heart and reducing real cardiovascular risk. The exact opposite of what the low-fat industry preached for decades. Let me tell you about Roberto, 58 years old. He walked into my office looking defeated, shame, frustration, deep hopelessness in his tired eyes. He said word for word, "Doctor, I wake up every day completely exhausted before the day even starts. I have zero energy for anything. Not even the activities I used to love. I've completely lost interest in intimacy with my wife. She thinks I don't find her attractive anymore, but that's not it at all. I simply don't feel anything working anymore, like that male part of me has died. Roberto had tried dozens of expensive internet supplements, exotic herbs, magic pills. Nothing worked. He felt his masculinity evaporating and couldn't stop it. I explained exactly what I'm explaining to you right now. Pure quality coffee, plus healthy saturated fat, plus correct morning timing. I gave him the exact protocol you just learned. 240 300 ml fresh coffee, plus one generous TBSP ghee or coconut oil blended every single day between 6 to 9 a.m. without fail. Plus a few other essential lifestyle changes. Better sleep, daily walking, total elimination of refined sugar and processed carbs. It wasn't easy the first few weeks, he told me later, but he stayed consistent because he was desperate to get his life back. 4 months later, Roberto returned completely transformed, physically and mentally. A different man stood in front of me. He came back with tears in his eyes and said, "Doctor, I can't explain it properly, but I feel like myself again for the first time in years. I have real, genuine, sustained energy, not that fake nervous caffeine energy that crashes later, but solid energy that lasts all day with no dips." Morning erections came back with impressive force, something I hadn't experienced in literal years. My wife and I recovered our lost intimacy and emotional connection. It's been transformative for our entire marriage. I feel alive again. I feel like a real man again, not the pathetic shadow I was becoming. His blood tests showed measurable improvements in hormone levels, but infinitely more important than any number on paper, he felt genuinely good about himself again. He looked good in the mirror in the morning. His life had tangibly changed for the better. I'm not promising every single man will get identical results. Every body is different, every starting point unique. But I've seen this transformation happen over and over again in men who commit seriously to these simple but extremely powerful changes. It all starts with something absurdly simple: changing what you put in your morning coffee every single day. Here's the complete step-by-step summary of everything you need to do starting tomorrow. Completely eliminate the silent testosterone killers from your morning routine: white sugar, regular milk, any artificial sweeteners. They spike insulin violently. Insulin massacres testosterone. Instead, prepare 240 300 ml fresh quality coffee. Add 1 generous tablespoon ghee or virgin coconut oil. Blend 20-30 seconds until creamy and foamy. Drink immediately while hot between 6 to 9 a.m. on an empty stomach. Do this every single morning without fail for 30 consecutive days. This simple habit, executed with absolute consistency, can radically transform how you feel every day, how you see yourself in the mirror, how you experience your own existence. Now, before I go, I need to ask you something that requires brutal honesty with yourself. Are you truly ready to commit to this change for the next 30 full days? No exceptions? I'm not talking about trying for a few days and quitting when it's inconvenient. I'm talking about real, serious commitment to yourself. Write yes in the comments right now if you're starting tomorrow morning. When you commit publicly here in front of thousands of real men, your chances of actually following through skyrocket. Do it now. Write yes and become part of this growing community of men who refuse to accept hormonal decline as inevitable. Always remember this with crystal clarity. Your health is not determined by the number on your ID. It's not written in stone. It's not an inevitable destiny you have to accept passively. Your health is determined by the decisions you make every day, by the food and drink you choose to put in your body, by the habits you build over time, by the respect you show yourself. And sometimes the most powerful, life-changing decision is also the simplest one to execute every day. Change what you drink in your morning coffee. If this information resonates deeply, if you believe content like this actually helps men recover their health without cheap tricks or empty promises, subscribe to the channel right now. Because here we talk about what almost no one explains with medical clarity and total honesty. Your health is completely in your hands right now. Take care of yourself. Seriously, see you very soon.